And now, the general weather around Alaska.
Up first, hazardous warning graphic here. Blizzard warning out for the entire stretch of the Arctic coast here till 3 p.m. tomorrow afternoon for low visibilities down to less than a quarter mile, blowing snow with winds gusting 40 to 60 miles per hour across this area. And again, that out through tonight and into probably tomorrow afternoon, mid-afternoon tomorrow. And down here in the Tanana Valley area, central interior, around the Fairbanks area, we've got a winter storm warning for heavy snow, looking for 6 to 12 inches of snow tonight through tomorrow afternoon there around the Fairbanks area. Winter weather advisories here to the west and east there for lighter amounts of snow, but still looking for several inches here in those areas. And from there, looking at the satellite imagery, band of clouds here through the central interior brought persistent light snow, much of the Tanana Valley today. In the interior there, and then not expected to move much over the next day and a half or so. Otherwise, low pressure here tracking westward, bringing more rain. On the heavy side, just under an inch falling at Homer during the day today, and rain along the North Gulf Coast, keeping things wet there, and into the panhandle areas of rain as this system pushes eastward. And then out to the west, we've got a pretty good front pushing eastward with wind and rain into the western Aleutians today, pushing in toward Adak and Atka. Rolling that through again, you can see that system pushing pretty good, pretty well eastward there. And then the moisture up here shifting westward, and that bringing gusty winds along the eastern Arctic coast there, or all along the Arctic coast today, anywhere from 40 to 65 miles per hour. See very tight gradient up here associated with those strong east-northeast winds. Dead Horse had the strongest wind gusts at 63 miles per hour today, otherwise about 45 miles an hour at Barrow, 48 miles per hour over at Point Lay out of the east-northeast across all of this area. Some light snow in around Arctic Village, and then more light snow, bigger area of snow here over the central and eastern interior areas, extending down with light snow into areas of the Kuskokwim Valley. Mixed precipitation here along the Aleutian Range there, lighter amounts there. And then the heavier moisture with this low, again around Homer, picking up just about an inch of rain today, a little less than that, and anywhere from 1 to 2/3 of an inch. Areas of the Kenai Peninsula, Seward up toward Whittier, and eastward over toward the Yakutat area. Some shower activity here with this trough over the Alaska Peninsula, the front with rain out to the west. And then weaker low pressure here, keeping showers over mainly the central and southern southeast coast with a little bit drier conditions up to the north. And for tonight, that low kind of slides a little farther to the north, still weak, and that keeps shower chances going across all the panhandle. And showers diminishing here along the North Gulf Coast. This low weakens here and becomes less of a factor in the Gulf of Alaska there. But still a risk of some showers, but again, diminishing chances throughout the overnight hours tonight. While this band of snow here brings the heavy snow into the central interior, again, 6 to 8 inches there in the greater Fairbanks area expected, or 6 to 12 inches, something like that, 6 to 10. Anyway, look for some heavy snow there around the Fairbanks area with pretty good snowfall also out to the west toward the Norton Sound area. Periods of snow for the southern Seward Peninsula. Still windy here. Again, the blizzard warning tonight for the Arctic coast, but dry conditions there. And this front weakening now as it pushes eastward across Adak and Atka. And for tomorrow, a low pressure, weak low develops along that center, pushing in toward the Pribilof Islands. And the front pushes across the eastern Aleutians, the Alaska Peninsula. So periods of rain from St. Paul Island down across Unalaska into the western Alaska Peninsula there. It's starting to end over the Nikolsky area. And then some more rain and wind pushing into the central Aleutians with a couple of troughs out there. And again, still looking at some pretty good snow here in the central interior. Those winds lighten up tomorrow afternoon here for the eastern Arctic coast, but still a lot of clearing skies. Colder temperatures here coming in from the northeast with that Arctic high there, and mostly to the north of this front. Otherwise, a dry day for the southeast coast. Still some lingering rain or snow shower chances in the north, and light rain shower chances there from Elfin Cove up to about Yakutat, but pretty light, dry over the central and southern panhandle. And then for the day on Friday, that front kind of washes out. This leftover moisture banks up along the eastern Alaska range, trying to push southward into the Copper River Basin areas. Much, colder temperatures back below zero up in the northern, central, and northeast interior areas to the Arctic coast. Drier and windier, Lynn Canal, northern panhandle here, but dry conditions here across all the southeast coast with some clearing. Dry with some clearing for Kodiak Island, dry here across southern Alaska. Chance of rain or snow showers from about Dillingham to Togiak up toward the Kuskokwim Delta, dry for the Yukon Delta. And this area of moisture pulling back to the west there, so most of the Seward Peninsula will have a pretty nice day Saturday with dry conditions, rain and snow, still mild southerly winds there for St. Lawrence Island. And a break here over the southern central Bering Sea. Good clearing there for Adak and Atka. Next big storm bringing the increasing winds to the western Aleutian areas. This storm stays to the south. Lows tonight anywhere from 5 above to 15 below over the northeast interior. Teens here for the central interior, 20s out toward the southwest coast, 30s in the Bering Sea, and the Aleutians as well. For the southeast coast, lows in the 30s, but lower 20s to the north there. And for the Copper River Basin, anywhere from 10 to 15 degrees. And lows still on the mild side here, south central Alaska, upper 20s, lower 30s, upper 20s down to Kodiak Island and Bristol Bay. Highs for tomorrow, a little chillier, not really coming up, staying below zero there, Arctic Village, and near zero for Anatuvik, and either side of zero along the Arctic coast, again with diminishing winds up there. 8 degrees, the high for Eagle, and teens to near 20 there in the central Tanana Valley. And then 20s to near 30 here out toward the southwest coast. And the Aleutians mostly in the 30s there, near 30 St. Lawrence Island, and 30s northern panhandle, lower 40s to the south. And then the lows around 30 for Kodiak Island for Saturday morning. But you can see significantly colder here north of the Alaska range, anywhere from 10 to 25 below zero. Down to maybe 35 below over toward Eagle, with below zero up to the Arctic coast. Down towards zero there for the Copper River Basin, but mostly staying a little above. And 20s south central Alaska area with lows, teens and lower 20s in the northern panhandle, lower 30s down to the south, followed by highs Saturday afternoon below zero, near or anywhere from 0 to 10 below for the Tanana Valley, and 10 to 20 below for the Brooks Range and the North Slope, to 5 below for the Arctic coast. Milder here along the southwest coast as usual, with highs in the 20s, mid-30s for the Pribilost, mid to upper 30s here for the Aleutians, near 40 for the Alaska Peninsula, and highs near 40 around Sitka, otherwise cooler for the inside waters.